I know I have 2 losses. A fighter never think about lose.
He's significantly bigger than anyone you fought before, and he's one of the all-time greats. You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it yet.
We're going to find out September 13th. That's why we are here, to see who's the best.
We're going to give the fans a show for sure, because it don't take a big punch.
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, true fighters, but we are
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to sell something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't know stuff.
I am sure in the end in the middle of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing.
As soon as news of their fight spread online, Cron and Canelo sparked controversy by losing their tempers during a Piers Morgan interview. The 2 boxers sat face to face with the host, who asked several sharp questions. The interview had been carefully scheduled for weeks to take place on the same day. The official fight announcement would happen.
2 greats in the last era. It's gonna be big.
What does it do to your 2 legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, on Mount Rushmore.
Initially, everything seemed fine until both broke their promise to stay respectful. Things escalated when Piers Morgan asked Terence Crawford if he ever imagined losing his undefeated streak to Canelo Alvarez. Crawford responded, "That's never crossed my mind because it's simply not happening. I'm only focused on victory. I'm fully prepared to win, and nobody in that ring has what it takes to defeat me."
I'm sure. I am sure.
And fist up. Terence, good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
Canelo felt Crawford didn't respect him enough and angrily shouted, "Don't insult me, fool. I'll do to you what nobody ever has." He continued ranting, saying he was built differently. While tempers later cooled, Canelo mocked Crawford. When asked what he was training for, he implied Crawford's supposed strengths weren't special, even though analysts believe Crawford's unique tools could threaten Canelo's dominance. September's fight will ultimately reveal whether Canelo's confidence is justified or if he's underestimated the challenge Crawford presents.
I don't really care.
Everything is riding on this one moment.
Who's going to win? Really? Are you 100% certain you're going to win? Do you believe you're going to win?
I believe 100% I'm gonna win.
100%?
100%.
Did you kill me with your bare hands?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
Canelo claimed Crawford had nothing special to offer, explaining he'd already fought larger men, smaller fighters, quicker opponents, hard hitters, and even athletes from different sports. He said Crawford lacked anything original. After the interview, they exchanged quiet insults until Canelo seemed ready to start a fight. Security quickly intervened and stopped him, but Canelo wasn't finished, making his feelings about Crawford very clear.
Where you at? Let me see. What is it? No, that's not fighting. Fighting ain't even in the definition of boxing. What is boxing?
Ahead of the showdown, Canelo expressed confidence online, declaring he's talented. But he's no Canelo. The statement reaffirmed his self-belief and hyped up the bout as a must-see. Meanwhile, Crawford must move up to weight divisions to meet him. While Crawford has shown great skill and flexibility in past fights, this significant weight jump could impact his speed and stamina. Still, both camps believe this will be one of the most thrilling fights in recent boxing history.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, but largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
Because I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
All right, bud. Good luck on September 12th.
Crawford remains determined to prove himself against the feared Mexican star. This long-awaited super fight is considered boxing's most anticipated clash in years. The heavily rumored Canelo versus Terence Crawford matchup is officially set for September 13th in Las Vegas, with global streaming rights acquired by Netflix. The promoter confirmed Tuesday. Billed as the Summit Showdown, The fight will match two of the most elite pound-for-pound champions of the past decade, in a cross-divisional spectacle with lasting implications. Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight king who's reigned from 154 to 175 pounds, will defend his crown against Crawford, an undefeated 4-division title holder, ranging from 135 to 154 pounds. Crawford will jump to divisions to battle Canelo in what fans are already calling the fight of the century. Although the official venue hasn't been finalized, Allegiant Stadium, home to the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders and seating over 70,000, is a strong contender. However, the fight date coincides with a scheduled UNLV football game against Idaho State, according to insiders. Discussions are already in progress to relocate or reschedule the college game in order to accommodate the massive boxing event.
And what about moving up in divisions for Terence, Crawford, and Canelo? Are you concerned about that? I know you're not a big fan of fighters moving up.
I don't know. I mean, these are two guys that have accomplished a lot. You know, it's one of what you would call a super fight. And I do super fights. So,
who do you feel wins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Will you be at attendance? Will you be there?
Probably. More than likely, yes.
Tina, is this going to be your first fight with TKO? There's a lot of rumors. Turkey said the other day.
T-Mobile Arena, where Canelo has starred in several marquee fights and Crawford dismantled Errol Spence Jr. during their 2023 unification bout, is being considered as a backup venue. The event is organized through Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season and co-promoted by UFC President Dana White and Saudi entertainment firm Sella. This marks Dana White's first official entry into professional boxing, furthering Saudi Arabia's growing influence over elite-level fight promotions. On September 13th, boxing icons Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are finally set to collide in what's being described as a once-in-a-generation bout. Turki Al-Sheikh, head of the General Entertainment Authority and president of the Saudi Boxing Federation, called the bout the fight of the century.
Could potentially be the first one.
You want to hear what?
Crawford versus Canelo.
Well, listen, my model is way different. Turkey has things that he's obligated to over the next 18 months. I want to break the sport down and build it from the ground up like we did the UFC. So I'm on a different path.
What's something that would surprise the boxing fans with this new deal? You're coming in hot. Turkey says he wants to crush the competition. How do you approach?
Teaming up with Dana White and Sella, organizers plan to deliver a groundbreaking experience for fans worldwide via Netflix. Crawford, boasting a record of 41-0 with 31 knockouts, is the first male boxer in the four-belt era to win undisputed titles into different weight divisions 140 pounds and 147 pounds. In his most recent bout last August, Crawford outclassed Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA junior middleweight title, making this new fight announcement even more thrilling. He now prepares to battle Canelo at 168 pounds for the first time. "My perfect record speaks for itself," said Crawford. "I'm the best in the world, no matter who I face or at what weight. I always come out on top. Come September 13th, I'll win again and everyone will witness greatness unfold in real time."
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just... Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me.
Canelo, with the 2nd of February 60 to record in 39 knockouts, is coming off a clear but underwhelming decision over William Skull in May. That bout, held in Riyadh, was part of his $400 million multi-fight deal with Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season. The agreement permitted one fight to take place outside the kingdom, and Canelo has chosen to return to Las Vegas, where his supporters consistently turn out in large numbers. "I'm extremely proud to be making history once more," Canelo said, especially on a Riyadh season card.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. His skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
It's a tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Crawford was present at the William Skull fight where the September showdown was publicly hinted at, although questions remain about their age. With Canelo turning 35 soon and Crawford reaching 38 in September, both men remain among boxing's elite. Turki Alalshik is committed to delivering the biggest fights fans desire. "This is exactly what I've dreamed of," said Dana White, who will launch his new boxing division under UFC's TK brand. "Are you kidding me? My first fight as a boxing promoter is Canelo versus Crawford. That's insane." A massive press tour will happen this month to build buzz for what's sure to be a global event. The fighters will begin the media campaign in Riyadh on June 20th, move to New York by June 22nd, and finish in Las Vegas on June 27th. Each stop aims to increase anticipation for what could be the biggest fight in modern boxing history.
Seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Go to decision.
Despite recent performances revealing some vulnerabilities, both fighters remain dangerous. Canelo looked uninspired against Skull, while Crawford had to come from behind to beat Mavrimov. Still, this matchup carries tremendous weight. A win for Canelo would further cement his status as the defining fighter of this generation. On the other hand, a victory for Crawford would likely seal his legacy as the most adaptable boxer of this era. One person who's already given his opinion on this highly anticipated bout is a former boxing champion.
So Oscar, you're not feeling Canelo Crawford? You're not feeling Canelo Crawford?
I like it. I actually like the fight. I like the fight. I'm just saying, like, you know, reality is both guys are 38 years old. I mean, or 35, 38. But I like the fight.
In a recent discussion with Brian Mizik, boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, shared his view that Canelo will defeat the 37-year-old switch hitter based on size and power. If Crawford pulls it off, crown him the greatest, he said. But I just can't picture it. He acknowledged Canelo's heavy punches and said, he might be slow-footed, but that doesn't matter. He'll bring 200 pounds of pressure into the ring. De La Hoya admitted it's a tough match, but gave Crawford respect if he wins, if he pulls it off. He's the messiah of boxing, he added. A win would make Crawford the first male boxer in history to become undisputed champion in 3 weight divisions. But standing in his way is arguably his toughest test this season, powerful. Heavier Canelo, who remains a serious threat inside any boxing ring.
Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford.
As hype builds around the Canelo versus Crawford clash on September 13th, 2025, former champion Roy Jones Jr. has voiced his opinion. Speaking from the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York, Jones said the key lies in the style Canelo chooses to fight. That's a great fight, he stated, but the result depends entirely on how Canelo approaches it. This viewpoint underlines how crucial fight strategy will be. Canelo's tactical choices could play into or clash against Crawford's strengths, potentially defining the outcome. Jones emphasized that while both fighters are exceptional, the right plan could decide everything on fight night.
Sorry, we'd be wrong, Roy, to not ask you. It's a hot topic right now, just switching gears. Bud, Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. He comes out and fights the right.
Canelo's recent outing against William Skull raised some eyebrows about his flexibility inside the ring. Despite winning by unanimous decision, he struggled to land anything significant due to Skull's footwork. If Canelo uses the same strategy against Crawford, known for swift stance switches, he might find it hard to control the pace. However, adopting a more aggressive, forward-pressing style might let Canelo capitalize on his superior strength. As fight night nears, fans and pundits are split on who will prevail. Roy Jones Jr.'s insight reinforces that proper execution and strategic planning will be critical in determining who walks away victorious.
Right? It's a bit tough. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that lowered the weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If you get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Canelo Alvarez's success may rely on how well he can tailor his game plan to match Crawford's slick and versatile style. If he fails to adjust, Crawford's intelligence and adaptability might allow him to neutralize Canelo's power and exploit any weaknesses. It's a classic battle of styles, power versus precision, strength against skill. The winner will likely gain not just a belt, but a permanent place in boxing history. One expert who knows the stakes of preparing for a fighter like Canelo is Abel Sanchez. Sanchez famously trained Gennady Golovkin in 2 of his most heated bouts against Canelo in 2017 and 2018. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Sanchez didn't hold back. "I think it's a ridiculous fight, honestly. Crawford's just as small," he said. "Canelo is the face of boxing right now." His resume speaks for itself. While he admitted that Crawford has amazing hand speed and agility, he believes it won't be enough. Just like Golovkin versus Kell Brook looked fast early, but the power wore him down. Sanchez added, "Canelo will land heavy shots as the fight goes into the middle and late rounds." He predicts the match won't last the full 12 rounds. "I think it ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th, he said confidently. Anything Canelo connects with is going to hurt. Crawford won't be able to dance forever. Sanchez acknowledges Crawford's brilliance at lower weights, particularly his recent victory against Madrimov, but insists that weight classes matter. "You can train all you want. Bulk up however you like. 168 pounds is a different beast," he said. "That weight difference makes an impact whether you want to believe it or not." According to Sanchez, Crawford's speed and timing won't be enough against Canelo's pressure and durability. "It's not just about talent, it's about physics and limits," he added. While Sanchez respects Crawford's skills and track record, he feels the Mexican superstar is simply too much for him to handle. As the fight draws near, debates like these will only intensify, with both fighters carrying strong legacies into the ring. Only one can emerge with even greater glory and possibly the most important win of their entire career.
Because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54 when he fought Madrimov in his last fight showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level. 168 is going to make it feeling.
What's been going on, Terence? Talk to us for a little bit.
I got somewhere to go, man.
Yeah. Can we follow you for just the time being?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys supposed to do interviews over there.
Yep. Terence, I like the
Don't talk to him.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you? They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What's
up, bro?
Don't get the cold, man.
Yeah. Move up to 154. How much stronger are you feeling? How much better are you feeling at 54?
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel motivated. You know, I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Yeah. Terence, tell us about that back and forth with Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, you look a little heated there.
I ain't heated.
No?
Eddie just be throwing rocks and
I need to say,
just saying anything that comes to his mind to make himself sound, I don't know.